we're talking about getting back to happiness. So, have you ever realized that you're sometimes not truly happy with everything that's going on with your life? I think sometimes we get so overwhelmed and we get lost in the moment. And there's that moment again. We get lost in the moment, not in the present, but in the moment of being the best wife, being the best boss, being the best leader, being the best mother, best friend. We forget that we don't have true happiness within ourselves, and we are fulfilling everyone else's dreams and goals for them and trying to accomplish the next level of success or the next level of just getting things done, that we forget that we don't have true happiness within ourselves. I know as a mom, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, a co-worker, I am constantly thinking about the next thing to do, the next thing to get done, the next thing to accomplish for everyone else and everything else, that I forget that sometimes I need to have fun, let go and let loose, right? So let's dig into that, okay? Let's just get into it. So what is it that makes you happy? I'll just talk about me, for instance, okay? Since I don't know you personally. Well, what makes me happy is going on trips, hanging out with my girlfriends. But how do you get to that moment? Like, how do you really get to that moment? It takes full preparation, right? You have to make sure the kids are taken care of. You have to make sure the husband is taken care of. You have to make sure the dogs are taken care of. I mean, you have to make sure you take off time at work. You have to make sure that even when you take off time at work, that work is going to be okay while you're gone. Like, it's so much. It's just very overwhelming. And there are so many details that go into just being us as women that sometimes we just say, forget it. It's not worth it, right? And we just give up our happiness and we just continue to do the very hustle and bustle, the very thing that we're raising our girls not to do. Well, tonight I'm here to encourage you that we're going to put a stop to that. So a couple of weeks ago, a friend challenged me to do something just for me. And of course, I failed. She was like, just do something simple. Like, she was like, when you get off of work, just go shopping for yourself. Go to Ross's or Marshall's or wherever you like to go and just take time for yourself, or go to see a movie or go out to dinner. And yeah, that didn't happen because I didn't even post my podcast last week because I was so busy. I was working and my kids weren't even home. And it was just kind of like, what was the point? I had just so much to do, so much on my plate that I was just so overwhelmed. And by the time I got done doing everything, I was tired and I was just ready to lay down. And so I think as women, we are just like, forget it, because by this time, after you've done everything, after you've accomplished everything, it's like, I'm ready to lay down. It's like, I'm done. I'm over it. It doesn't even matter at this point. But our happiness matters so much more, because if we're not happy with ourselves, within ourselves, then the jobs that we're doing is definitely going to reflect how our happiness is. Like, our jobs reflect everything about us. Our jobs reflect every mental piece of us, every physical piece of us. And so we don't really realize that. And I think that sometimes we forget that, hey, like, you matter. That's what this podcast is all about. It's reminding you that you matter. Okay. So I do have a few steps, as always, to help us remember that we matter and to help us get back to happiness, to help us get back to who we used to be, and not even who we used to be, just who we are now, and to keep us to be better, to keep us evolving into this great person. Because no one wants to stay stagnant, right? So I hate when people say, well, I want to get back to who I used to be. Well, here's the thing. Like, I wanted to lose weight so bad, and I wanted to look like what I used to look like before I had my kids. So yes, I did accomplish some of that goal, but I lost so much weight. My husband was like, Ebony, don't lose any more weight. So the lesson in that little quick story is that we can't always go backwards. We can't always be who we used to be. And you don't want to be who you used to be. You don't want to reflect who you used to be. You just want that mindset of where you used to be. Okay, so we're not going to say we want to be who we used to be, but we're going to say we want to be happy. We want that feeling. We want that newness of enjoyment again, right? We want that fresh in love feeling, right, with life again. So everyone enjoys, as soon as you get off, that the ship when you go on a cruise, or everyone wants that feeling of as soon as that plane lands and you're in a whole other country. That feeling, that's where we want to be. Now, you may not be able to obtain that feeling every single day of your life. Nobody can. Well, no adult can anyway. Let's say that. But you will be able to enjoy moments and clips of your life because we should, right? We should be able to work hard and play hard because that's what life is all about. Don't get me wrong. Every level of life comes with its own level of stress, comes with its own level of enjoyment, right? But just like me, for instance, again, I have 4 kids. They're all seniors. They're going to be seniors back to back to back. So I just had a senior graduate last year. I'll have another senior this year. So don't get me wrong. Everything that I'm literally going through and dealing with right now will be literally surrounded around my children. But, during that time, I can still celebrate me. I can still have fun. I can still take time out for me, even in small ways. Okay. I can still go out to a movie by myself. I can still take myself out to dinner. Like I said last week, my nail thing, that's maintenance. That's not really self-enjoyment or self-care for me. But, I can find things to make me feel that new feeling again, or that just that fresh in love, a funness feeling. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, but we're going to make it a thing tonight. Okay. So, but you guys, you need to figure out what makes you feel that way. Is it working out? Is it talking to your family? Is it game night with the kids and the family? Like, it can still be with other people, but you need to figure out what it is. Okay. For me, yes, I love game night. I'm a big, big family person. So when all of my family gets together, oh my gosh, the laughing and the eating and the talking, and that's great. But I still need that me time. And so do you. So let's just talk about a few ways that will definitely help you to get back to happiness. One is talking and sharing with your family. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family and share your feelings with them, okay? It's not always a bad thing to talk and share how you feel, because sometimes we're going through depression, sometimes we have PTSD, sometimes we just have feelings that we're not really sure of what's going on with us. And if we talk about it and get it out, people around us can pretty much dictate or put their finger on things that we can't really put our finger on, and kind of help us and guide us to the reasons why we're feeling the way that we're feeling. So it's always a good thing to talk to people and listen and kind of just, share how we're feeling and what we're going through, because you never know who is going through the same thing that you're going through. Okay, next is a healthy lifestyle. We all know that it's so important to live a healthy lifestyle. The way that you eat, the way that you work out, taking care of your body. It's always, always, always important. Not just because of what it can do for your skin or your hair, but basically just getting those enzymes out and just running and jumping and getting back to that natural state of being a kid. You just don't realize how much your body needs it and enjoys it. I mean, living a healthy lifestyle, yes, has its great benefits, but the fact that you're exercising your body and just losing yourself in the moment and working out and just even eating right, your body needs a healthy nutrition balance. So again, that is very, very important. Next is boosting your self-esteem. Guys, this is what this podcast is all about, is boosting your self-esteem. Definitely be aware of how you're feeling about you. That is the biggest thing. If you feel like you're not important enough to celebrate you, then that is an issue, because you have to realize that you're great, you're amazing. You have so many people depending on you and needing you that you have to know that you are amazing as well. I mean, you can't just sit around and feel sorry for yourself and then also be there and be somebody else's rock. That doesn't go together. So you have to boost your self-esteem. You have to know that you are amazing, that you're great, that nobody can do you but you. Remember that, girl. And nobody can do what you do and how you do it but you. Yes, we all can do the same job, and nobody can do the job the same exact way that we can do it, okay? Nobody will ever look like you. Nobody can ever take your place or do what you do the exact same way. I can't express that enough. But we think that we can always be replaced. We think that sometimes somebody can do it better than us. And the fact that no matter if somebody can always do our job, yes, we are replaceable on jobs, yes, but nobody can ever replace us exactly, because we are one of a kind, okay? So boost your self-esteem, love you, and know that nobody else can be you. Okay, accept yourself, one and the same. You have to accept yourself for every part of you, though. Accept all your faults, your failures, your mistakes. But listen to me. Just because you failed at something or just because you didn't succeed at something doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that you have to learn how to do it a different way. Just because, you went after something and it didn't work out the way that you thought it should have worked out. That's the key word. It should have worked out. Just because you went after something and it didn't work out the way that you think it should have worked out does not mean that you failed at it. It just means that it probably wasn't for you or wasn't the time that it should have worked out. Okay? So again, accept yourself for who you are. You accept yourself for your skin color, your hair color, your length of your hair, like every bit of you, because every bit of you is important, okay? Every bit of you, somebody loves every inch of your body. Somebody loves every detail of your personality, your humor. Like someone loves every bit of you. So remember that. So you have to accept you as well, because you can't want people to accept you and you not accept you. But accept your body, your thoughts, and your emotions, and that will help you also get back to who you are and get back to happiness, because compassionate and tolerance of others has to start with you first. Okay? All right. Learn. I can't express it enough. Learning new things can help you feel and accomplished, and boosting your self-esteem and confidence as well, because learning something helps you to feel like you're growing. And so you guys know I'm going back to school in July, and yes, I'm excited about school, I guess. I think I'm just more excited about getting to another level of my education. I'm not really excited about about learning new materials, I guess, but I'm excited about going higher in the medical field. But, learn different things like about life. If you don't care about learning educational things, learn about life. Like learn about food, learn about bugs, learn about politics. I mean, whatever, learn about spiritual things, whatever makes you tick, learn about that. Because when you learn new things, you're evolving. And when you evolve, again, your self-esteem boosts. You learn to love yourself more because you're learning to love you as well. Okay, my last thing is build resilience, okay? This is the ability to bounce back after tough times and stay positive and optimistic. Again, that all one and the same. Everything that I'm saying all goes hand in hand. Like if after things don't go the way that you think they should go, you have to learn how to bounce back. I tell my friends all the time, you got 3 days. Jesus stayed down for 3 days. You can stay down for 3 days. That's it, though. You can't stay down longer than 3 days, because guess what? The world has to keep going. You have to keep going as well. You can't allow yourself to be depressed and down and just be like, oh, woe is me. No. Okay, great. You had this moment, this big thing happened to you. You had a setback, whatever. Yes. Feel every feeling. Live in that moment. Accept that moment. I'm all about being present in the moment. Yes. Your feelings are very, very valid for that moment. Yes. Give yourself a few days. But after those few days, you have to bounce back. You cannot stay down. You cannot wallow in it, because you have to grow. Learn from that experience and then move on. Because in every life experience, there's a lesson. Yes. And then there's a lesson for you to teach someone else. That is why we go through things. It's to help somebody else be better. Okay. Like, just like my podcast, I stumble over my words. I forget words I'm trying to say. For one thing, I'm ADHD. So my brain is moving faster than my mouth is sometimes. And so, but I don't edit it out, because I want you guys to know that I'm real. This is real. I edit the little blurbs or whatever. But like, life is real, and we have to deal with life in reality. And so you have to help other people deal with reality. Yes, you're going to have mistakes. You're going to have downfalls. You're going to have setbacks. But you have to learn from them and then move on, because if you don't, you will always be stagnated in life. And then it's a ripple effect, and that causes you not to be happy. But anyways, I am off of that, because I know you guys are going to go out there and you're going to be great. And you're going to remember to be you, because if you don't do you, then you won't be done. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening tonight. Thank you so much for joining me from all over the world. I am so excited about you guys again. This has just been so refreshing for me to even get back into podcasting. I love you guys so much. And, again, thank you for liking, sharing, and posting and commenting. I just thank you guys so much for doing everything that you've been doing to help my podcast grow and the community to grow. And I will talk to you guys again next week. Love ya.